This is ABC 15 Mornings.
Loved what he has to say. I think he was a very respected man.
Not even anybody's worst enemy should be going through this.
I think I've settled on he's changed college campuses.
Whatever Charlie started, we're going to keep it going.
One of the country's most talked about political figures set to be laid to rest today. Charlie Kirk undoubtedly capturing the eyes and ears of millions of Americans over the past several years, becoming one of the leading voices of the conservative movement. I want to thank you for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Nick Soletti.
And I'm Kaylee O'Kelly. And now State Farm Stadium is in the national spotlight today as President Trump makes his way to Glendale, Arizona, along with several other lawmakers to honor the life of their colleague and their friend. Our Jordan Bonke, he is there at State Farm Stadium where so many people have been lining up to get in since late last night. Good morning.
A very good morning to you guys. You know, the big question was what's going to happen, because they had about a week, the organizers and security officials, to figure out how they were going to figure all this out, right? It's a Super Bowl level type security, and there are thousands and thousands of people that are filing their way. And Craig McKee is one of them, and he's joining our coverage here shortly. But look at all these people. They were asked by the organizers of this event to wear red, white, and blue, or your Sunday best, that are out here. And since 3 o'clock, there has been regular activity near 91st Avenue in Maryland. This is the east side of the stadium. If you're familiar with coming to Cardinals games, this would be the yellow lot. Okay, so I can see both Desert Diamond Arena and State Farm Stadium. And there is, as far as the eye can see in this parking lot, just thousands of dense attendees looking to come in. Earlier today, I actually got to talk to the person who was at the very front of the line just in this lot. There's been chanting, USA, a lot of people praying, and that very first person said he drove from Wisconsin just to be here with his two kids themselves. And again, State Farm Stadium holds 70,000 people. The overflow is Desert Diamond Arena. That's 20,000 people. Everything gets started at 11 o'clock, and we are still hours away from that right now. Glendale still has to protect the rest of the city, so there's going to be Secret Service is going to be leading the way out here. I want you to listen to two pieces of sound from the man who was at the very front of the line earlier, because of how excited he was and what he hopes to take away because of all of the speakers that are going to be here. Take a listen.
I was thinking about his two kids, so those two things make me to come here and be a part of this history, and I'm trying to give tribute to him. I drove that far. It's like a tribute to him. That's why I'm here.
It makes me feel hopeful. I feel like there's going to be a true revival in the country for following Christ and Jesus, and Charlie Kirk was a big advocate for that. It's truly changed my life, and I feel like that'll inspire a lot of people. So.
Okay, so here's really the visual that I wanted to show you. This is the most dense amount of folks that we've seen so far early this morning. There's lots of activity starting as early as 3 a.m. The line itself starts way over here, and we are still probably 200 or more yards away from the entrance of that stadium itself. There's just a tremendous amount of people. Yesterday there was a threat that was alleviated that was over here, a man with a gun saying that he was with law enforcement and he was apprehended. Again, this is Super Bowl level type security, but instead of it being like the Super Bowl where you have 2 years to plan something like this, you actually you have a week. This was notified in about a week's time here. For those who are still trying to attend right now, expect major delays. We exited Camelback when we were coming on the 101 to get to this location. Here's something else to show you here, just how crowded it is behind us. These cars have been sitting at a standstill. So if you are coming, something to keep in mind: no bags, no flowers, no firearms, no signs. And when we say no bags, it's not like a clear bag situation like in the NFL. You can't even bring in a bag whatsoever. And once you are inside, typically you're not allowed to leave until the president leaves. When that arrival will be, we're going to have team coverage all morning long. We're hearing from these supporters that are out here and these attendees, and we're going to hear a little bit more about what they hope to take away from this, and from Glendale Police here in a matter of moments. But this is quite the sight to see. We'll be covering this one all throughout the day today. We'll send it back to you for now.
I've been talking to my source at Glendale PD, also with the city of Glendale, and they have been working truly around the clock, making sure they can have that plan in place that you were talking about, Jordan, that is super level, like it's on par with the Super Bowl. So we need to be mindful of that. We also need to be mindful of our first responders doing everything they can in the name of safety out there. Very interesting to see all those people who've been there all night long to get in. Our Jordan Bunke live for us there at State Farm Stadium.
Yeah, even driving around yesterday, saw it was very busy. All we know, security, of course, is a top concern for so many people right now, including among law enforcement. ABC reporting that federal law enforcement agencies are tracking, quote, several threats of unknown credibility against people planning to attend the memorial. Our team confirming a man was taken into custody outside State Farm Stadium Friday for suspicious behavior. According to DPS, the U.S. Secret Service approached Joshua Runkles, who reportedly claimed to be a member of law enforcement, and said that he was armed. Runkles was taken into custody on charges of impersonating an officer and bringing a gun into a prohibited area. He was released on bond. Now, federal law enforcement agencies releasing a memo saying violent extremists or lone wolves may view this memorial service and surrounding events as, quote, attractive attack targets, though no specific threat has been identified.
Well, people from across the country, they are pouring into the valley right now for Charlie Kirk's memorial service later this morning.
The city of Glendale has seen so many major events in recent years, 2 Super Bowls over the past decade, major concerts and other sporting events. Normally, as Jordan mentioned, it takes 1.5 years, 2 years to plan large-scale events like this. But for this memorial service, they've had a little more than a week to do it. ABC 15's Josh Cristianto has more on the effort taking place behind the scenes to make it all happen.
Security in and around State Farm Stadium very tight right now as federal, state, and local officials prepare to take in thousands of people, including the President of the United States himself, for Charlie Kirk's memorial service on Sunday. And we're also learning a little bit more about how this event compares to others here in the past. From the Super Bowl to Taylor Swift, the city of Glendale is no stranger to hosting big events.
The first Super Bowl, my first Super Bowl, we had well over 1.5 years to prepare, to plan.
For this Sunday's memorial for conservative activist Charlie Kirk, which could become the largest service ever in Arizona's history, roughly 10 days is all they got. Coupled with high-level dignitaries like President Donald Trump and thousands from the public attending, the logistics for security, traffic control, and infrastructure are daunting.
We're expecting upwards of 100,000 plus people out here. That's a lot of cars. That's a lot of cars coming to an area that has some additional security, more than normal.
On Saturday, crews were still busy putting up barriers and infrastructure for the memorial, the race to get a seat inside already starting. One woman traveling from the LA area plans to sleep in her car overnight. All hotels nearby totally booked.
As soon as we are able to line up to get into the facility, then we'll line up to get in. If it's at 8 p.m. tonight, we'll start lining up. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning, that's what we'll do.
Some we spoke with still nervous about security.
Do I think something's going to happen? No. But is there still that worry? Absolutely. Because it's never foolproof, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know, we're fully staffed. Everybody's working, and as the mayor said, we're not only responsible with activities out here at the stadium, we have an entire city that we still have to serve.
If you plan on attending the memorial, be prepared for lots of traffic. Parking will be free in certain areas. Get there early or use a rideshare service. Stay hydrated. If you're not attending, avoid the area. Stadium gates open at 8 a.m. The service starts at 11. And if you see something, say something.
You know, we're representing not only our city, but the eyes of the world are on us now.
Reporting in Glendale, Josh Cristianto, ABC 15, Arizona.
And there will also be a number of high-profile speakers today as well, including President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk. There will also be performances from Christian singers like Brandon Lake, Chris Tomlin, Cody Carnes, Lee Greenwood, and several others. Now, road closures around State Farm Stadium, we already are seeing them. They began overnight. You can see this map on your screen illustrating them. And I'll be going over live conditions in just moments. Keep in mind, parking lots open at 7 o'clock, so just about 2 hours. Doors for the event open at 8. The service begins at 11. Parking is really going to be tough to come by, so we are expecting tens of thousands of people to turn out for this event. We'll have more on those live conditions coming up in less than 10 minutes.
We also have a reminder for those planning to attend the services today for Charlie Kirk. A no bag policy is in place, as Jordan Bunke mentioned. That does include clear bags. It's all part of a long list of prohibited items, including but not limited to masks, drones, explosives, of course, guns, glass, metal containers, mace, knives, clothing considered offensive, cameras, food, flowers, and gifts. Cell phones, they are allowed inside, along with a sealed 16-ounce plastic water bottle, as long as it's not frozen. And for a full list, just visit the Turning Point USA website, fightforcharlie.com. If you're not going to the memorial and you want to watch it, well, you can. On the spot, that's Arizona 61, starting at 10:30 this morning. ABC 15 will also have team coverage. We will be sharing updates with you throughout the day. And here's a reminder as well, you can always get coverage on your mobile streaming app, ABC 15's mobile streaming app. It's free, and at abc15.com.
10 past the hour here on a Sunday. We know weather is also going to be an important factor today.
Especially with so many people out there in line. Let's bring in our meteorologist, Jorge Torres. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, it's going to be a hot and muggy one here across the valley throughout the state, too. In fact, we're tracking increasing clouds associated with the weak disturbance that will impact our forecast today and also tomorrow. You can see the clouds streaming in from the southwest, impacting areas around Pima and Yuma counties. Eventually will make their way into the valley, and also some rain chances go along with it. Now, here's what we're keeping tabs on right now via Desert Doppler. Quiet for the time being, and we have mostly clear skies with temperatures anywhere from 78 in Chandler to near 80 in Santan Valley, 81 in Scottsdale, and there in Glendale, temperatures are in the lower 80s. But then you factor in the dew points, which are in the lower 60s. It makes it rather muggy to start off this Sunday morning. Here's your planner for today. We'll keep temperatures in the 80s through at least about 9 o'clock, and then by about 10, we'll start to bump up those rain chances. For now, just 10%, with temperatures eventually climbing into the mid and upper 90s. We'll talk more about the first day of fall forecast that is tomorrow, along with the rain chances that continue coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, as we wake you up here on this Sunday morning, I want to show you a live picture. This is the parking lot there at State Farm Stadium for Charlie Kirk's memorial. Again, want to remind you that those doors are going to open at 8 a.m. The parking lot will be opening at 7 a.m., but you can see already hundreds of people are going to be lining up shortly here to get in. We are also going to be talking about this when we come back. Our team coverage will continue of the memorial. We'll be talking about students and how here in the Valley they're reacting to the death of Charlie Kirk, and we'll be talking about the status of the suspect tied to this case. We're back in a moment.